same brain, that capacity brain you have. 1.3 kilogram of brain. That's all of us. All of us have decent brain, but ability to use it to organize your way, organize your future, organize your future. At 1883, you guys saw later that was used to colonize more than how many generations in decades. We are going to continue. We are not going to give up. We need Biafra. It's only Biafra that can give us ability to reason, because eventually we're already in Nigeria. Nobody's reasoning properly. Today, Ohaneze Ndigbo released a press statement. That's what we are talking about. We don't have brain anymore. Our brain has been condemned. Our children's brain has been put into trial in condemnation. You see? And it continues. And that's why we are going to, according to our dragon, we are going to get Biafra this year. I support him 100%, whatever it will take us to get Biafra. That's what we need to get this whole shit done. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. We must get Biafra this year. Nothing more, nothing less, because that's the only thing that will restore what was. That's the only justice Biafrans can ever get. Anybody talking about justice, or peace, or whatever nonsense that they want to call, because I saw what Obasanjo told our dragon posted yesterday. The same Obasanjo that was endorsing Obi, telling you that, oh, the youth must take it back and do it. Today he's telling his the Jagaban that he needs to unite the country. It's all planned. We know these people. That's why when we ask, are OB people dumb or just stupid? You know, to us, we understood that they are. We understood it. We know that it was all a scam, and it was sad. The mistake that these people made, it was something that could have been avoided. Imagine if they boycotted the election just like Biafrans did. Imagine the impact. Imagine if after the scam election they said, you know what, we're gonna adopt the sit at home. But they never reason, because of the hate they have for Biafrans. They can never do the right thing, even when their life depends on it. That's what makes us different from them. We can reason. Biafrans can reason. Nigerians, they can't. Because if you still identify yourself as a Nigerian, it means that you are dumb, and you are worse than animals. Because even animals can sometimes reason. So when their life is in danger, they can actually fight back. They don't just sit there and let themselves be killed. Nigerians, they get killed every day. But it's a sad situation. So my brother, if we don't get Biafra, we are done as a people. I said it before, I say it again. The only way for us is forward. There is no going back, because going back means that we've accepted our fate to become slaves. And remember, if you don't know what's going on in the zoo, anybody that don't involve will die off. It's that simple. I will this is what's going on. And what Biafrans, we decided we're not going to do is evolve into Nigeria. It's not our culture. We don't share the same value with them. So the only option for them is to kill us all off. So for those that are saying, oh, we don't want war, we don't want this, well, you're going to have one. Either you die fighting or you die. Either way, you're going to die. So we're not here. That's why whenever I come here, I tell you I don't preach peace, because you don't preach peace with people that are killing people. We terrorists. Benue State today is boiling. Everywhere is boiling. People are being killed in their hundreds daily. Today, I just read Koiki 6 minutes ago. And people that were in IDP in Benue State, scores were killed. The numbers they haven't published yet. This was just posted 6 minutes ago. Scores of people. These are people that have already ran away from their homes in IDP. They went to the IDP and killed them. And everybody keep quiet. People are keeping quiet. They can't reason because as soon as when you ask them, why is this happening? They don't see that. They don't talk about it. It doesn't make the news. But you know what makes the news? When Igbo man stands up and say, enough is enough, stop killing my people, he gets put in prison. He gets dehumanized for simply saying, stop killing my people. Go ahead, Biafran Voice. You can come in whenever you're free. We called you earlier. We didn't hear anything, so you can come in anytime you're free. Mouthpiece the same. Go ahead, Kings.
Hello, good morning from my end. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear.
Yeah, it's so good, man. I like to hear your voice. In fact, you should be doing more of a motivational speak. Honestly, you are so wonderful. It's so sad. It's so sad because yesterday we had a topic, and today another topic that is so saddening to how to take this up. But however, the what makes you a human? I think what makes us a human is the ability to reason and the ability to think. The coming of I believe that we had this ability to reason and the ability to think when before the terrorist colonials whatever came to our land. But when they came, they had this idea of impacting our people with this false ideology, which they brought through religion, because they seen that we are, spiritual people. So they've thought of something that they will bring to counter what we have or what is related to that religion. I mean, spirituality we had. So they brought their stupid religion and they made a mess of what we are as a people. So having said that, I want to say something. This ability to reason is our problem as a people, and it boils down to what one of my brothers said earlier, that we had third eye, which he called common sense. Common sense, we used to say ordinary sense, but then ordinary sense, if you ask the question, how many people have this ordinary sense? One of my instructor here said that if you don't develop this common sense at the age of 18, it is all over for you. So I don't know if we can reverse that thing back in our people. I want to say something. When I was in church those days in Nigeria, can you hear me?
Loud and clear. Go ahead.
Yeah, we are going to church, we are praying, trying to speak in tongues. Just listen to this story. So I was praying, oh God, I want to speak in tongues. I want to manifest, to the glory of God or whatever. I was praying, fasting. They say, oh, they had a program that today they will pray for us and we will speak in tongues. And I have been reading Bible. I know what Paul wrote about speaking in tongues, stuff like that. So when they started praying for us, we were in a circle. We hold our hands. We were in a circle. They started praying. All of them started speaking in stupid tongues. I was waiting for the Spirit of God to move me, because I cannot just speak what I don't know. I want just God, that Spirit, to move me. I was watching other fools. Some of them started speaking rubbish. I was there watching them, because to me, this common sense told me that I cannot just start speaking something. It is that Spirit of God that will move me. My brothers and sisters, to cut the long story short, I did not speak in tongues. So when I go back to study more about speaking in tongues, I realized that those guys are just a mess. They are just wasting time. They are just trying to I don't know how to put it. They are just trying to put what is not real into us. So in that aspect, there's nothing like speaking in tongues. Whoever that cares to listen should listen. I try to tell people on Twitter, if you don't know much about this, write me personal. I will tell you. I will give you something to read that we open your eyes. Then on the other, I have another thing to say. I went from Port Harcourt to Abuja one day when I was trying to process their e-passport. So before going, I was reading news. I'm listening to news, AIT news. Then I heard where they said building collapsed in Abuja, exactly where I was going to, at Kubwa. So when I get to that side, near the place I was going to, I asked them, how many people died in that collapsed building? They were asking me, where, who, where is the building collapse? Now, you know what? Their Bible said that faith cometh by hearing, and the hearing by the word of God. But it is not only by the word of God. It depends on what you choose to hear. So people living at the neighborhood where the building collapsed in Kubwa did not know that there was a collapsed building in Kubwa. But myself in Port Harcourt then, I knew that a building collapsed in Kubwa. That was the reason, or should I say, that is the reason why nobody cares about what is going on in the country today, because they are focusing on what is not relevant. You see what they call Nollywood. You see, if you open online now, you see so many drama, prank, whatever shit. Nobody cares about human being, human life. That, okay, since their last election, how many people have died, have they killed in Nigeria? Can you count that type of death in another country, in the whole world? Is anybody hearing me?
Yes, my brother, loud and clear.
Yes. How many people have they killed? Nobody cares, because they don't have this common sense. And again, common sense will make you to, activate what they call critical thinking. When you have common sense and you see something, you begin to analyze it. Like the first is talking about all this while. Nobody, okay, when this they said herdsmen, we are coming to the country, nobody was asking, okay, who give, since you said they are foreigners, who then give them AK-47? This is common sense in action. This is where the critical thinking manifests. Nobody is asking all these things because they have conditioned the mindset of Nigerians to that is even lesser than a dog and a cat. It is very, very bad that even in these so-called killings, even a pastor was killed the other day. What do you expect Nigerians to say? Do you know what they say? It is well. That's exactly what they say. Even in their Bible said, okay, in every situation, thank God. But that same Bible tell you also that a hungry man does not praise the Lord. Do you get that? So their religion, whatever shit they're talking about, is conditioning their mind for things that does not matter instead of focusing on things. Okay, just like this Biafra we're talking about now. Most of our people are just there watching Nollywood. They don't care. The only thing they watch is EPL that is played in London. Now, do you know that when I was in Nigeria, I was teaching people, stop Nollywood. You see, you have Getaman, Aboki man, Getaman. When you go outside his shop there at your gate, you see him service. Now, the orga of the house is busy watching Nollywood, watching Osofia and the rest with a girlfriend from Saturday night, Friday night till Monday morning. Now you begin to ask this question. Who is informed? Is it the Oga Biafra wise man from the east, or the Aboki man, the gate man that is listening to BBC Hausa service? Who is informed? This is the problem we are facing as a people. So we must begin now. Somebody made mention of trying to connect this to voice of Biafra. It is very important that we should begin now to get our people. There's one guy I was talking to on WhatsApp, and I told him to please join Facebook, Twitter. Stop this Facebook thing, because on Twitter you have to learn. Because Mazen Nnamdi Kanu said the coming of Biafra will open the eyes of brown people all over the world. I yield my mic here by saying faith coming by hearing, and hearing by the voice of Biafra. Biafra is here. God bless all of you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much, my brother, for that last sentence you had there. Faith cometh by hearing, and hearing, and by hearing the truth. The truth. The whole truth. Not just what they gave you and call it the word of God, but the same people that brought it to you killed your fathers, maimed them, gave them to rabbits to eat, hung them, used their stamp. This is their stamp they were using those days. The pictures on the stamp where it was a tree with your parents hung on the tree. That was what they were using as their stamp. That is the same people that told you there is a place called heaven where you will go after you are dead, and that it is good for you when you are poor. Yes, when you are poor on earth, you blessed are the poor, for they shall inherit the kingdom of God. But they made sure they took all the wealth in your land. They made sure they impoverished you, not just then, even till date. They made sure that before they leave their physical presence here, they made sure they put the company intact so that you will continue to be under them in perpetuity. So ask yourself, what kind of heaven is that those who hate you want you to go to? And then they will join you there. Or they don't want heaven? Tell me they don't want heaven. The heaven is for you, the brown man. The heaven is special for you. They don't want it. And that is why they killed you when your own indigenous practices said it was bad to kill. They brought God to you and told you the God is good. God has a life. I'm not saying that there is no God. We had God. We worship God, the Almighty God. We worshiped Him before they came. What I'm trying to point out is how they used it to manipulate us. Because most times we bring a document here, the one that they forgot in the Bible. The missionaries forgot that document in the Bible. How they designed the kind of the gospel they will bring to us. How they will make our minds demented, that they will sap us of any form of reasoning, so that they keep us down in perpetuity. Because the battlefield of life is in the mind. It is not in the physical field where you cultivate. The battlefield is in the mind. Once you are captured in that battlefield, you are defeated completely. Physically and otherwise, you are gone. So they succeeded in capturing you. Your fathers were captured. That document was written in 1883. 1883. So when I say your fathers, it was handed to you. You never knew anything about this God they are talking about, but the same people that brought it told their missionaries that, look, these people you are going to preach to, evangelize to, do not preach to them about God. They already know God. They already know God. They know that to steal is bad, to kill is bad. Even the least one that you call the least to lie is bad. They know that to take another man's wife is bad. So what kind of God did they bring now? I ask you. So they came with the God you already know, now painted it in deceptiveness, packaged it in deception, and made your warrior-like spirit dead. And then you became follow. And that was how it was easy to tie your parents, put them in the ship. And now they are telling us, because they wrote history and gave us. The one they are telling us, they wanted to tell us. They said our parents sold us to them. We never sold ourselves to them. They forced them to release their best men, their strongest men on gunpoint. And that is how we were destroyed as a people. How will you remain there? Why will you continue to cherish dearly what you have never questioned since you were born? What you have no explanation to? They told you not to ask any question. It's a holy book, a very holy book. They brought it to you and made it very holy. Meanwhile, on the other side, they had their intentions, and they made sure they drive their intentions home. And today, we have companies scattered all over Africa. The Arabians have succeeded in taking Northern Africa, killed the locals, and replaced it with their European people. They have replaced them. That is why even the football they play, they weren't playing for Africa. They were playing for Portugal. They were playing it to win it for Spain, for the light skin. Yes, that is why they have nothing to do in common, no affiliation with you, because you are still mere companies. Mere companies. You have no life of your own. That is why all the atrocities going on in Nigeria, their cameras can never see any of it. No, their camera doesn't cover it, because you are not a human. You are a mere commodity. And until you come to this realization that nonsense they put together, this nonsense, because I'm in this pit, I'm not in one European country. I'm in the hellhole, called rebranded into Nigeria. The Royal Niger Territories Company, we are in there. We are in there right now. That is where I'm talking from. This is the hellhole you call a country. And when you call it a country, know that of a certainty you are a citizen of a company. And what a shame. What a shame that you have not realized this all this long. You continue to validate what holds only death for you and destruction. You have not realized it, that you are just a commodity. You are not even a human being. That is why the world media does not cover the number of deaths that is going on here. But you see the little spark in Ukraine, everybody wants to talk about Ukraine. Everybody wants to talk about Russia killing Ukraine, fighting. But can you compare the death toll to what is going on in this hellhole, in this British horrible company, you call a country. You call it a country. And that is why it must end you if you don't realize on time and stand with those that are now standing up to liberate yourself. You will all go down. Go and mark my words somewhere. If you don't get up right now, you are gone, because they are trying to set the fire between the Igbos and the Yorubas. So they fight themselves, and what is left of them, they will summarize, because they want your land. That is what they want. They are tired of just being the owners by words. They are tired of just being holding the power. They now want your land. These people are the real savages. These people are the barbarians you hear about. They are causing so much havoc in the territories where it is happening right now. But you are not a human being, because you don't know that when they finish from the middle belt, they are coming south. They have done testing. What they did in a war massacre is testing. They were testing the microphone and see how you can respond. But they saw that you are still there sleeping. They saw that you are still the commodity they expected you to be. And so they are coming down. Their armies are all now in your uniform. When their Lord first took power, what he did first was to make sure he resigned everyone that is top official in the military and the paramilitary. He made sure he resigned all of them down south, both the Igbos and the Oduduwas. They were resigned and dissolved. And now they have replaced every one of those positions with their own men. And now the militaries, those on the field, were now sent to the enemies, which are the Boko Haram. And then the information will be passed to them, so that they just ambush those who come from the south that are still left in the military, and then they kill them. And then when all that has been perfected, then the terrorists, now it's time for them to take over. So they are now repentant. Are you listening? Are you getting the point? They are now repentant. They are now reintegrated into your military and your paramilitary. They are coming. They are all over your land right now. The whistle will soon be blown, and then you will see the hell let loose. That is when you will want to get up, but it's too late. It will be too late, because it is always too late to cry when the head is down. We must continue. What makes us human is the ability to put informations together and make good out of them. That makes us human. But when you've lost that capacity, hellhole, you are gone. You are a mere commodity. You are worthless. You are a trash. And that is what Nigeria is going to do to you. Yes, we must continue. Paul, you got the mic. Biafra voice, I don't know if you have something to say right now because we are giving it to
Yes,
Paul.
so yes, yes, thank you, my people. Thank you, my people. God bless all of us as we joined here. We are making it known and we are giving it to them woto woto. You know, just before you break up the other time, before you close down the other one to come here, I was telling people because nobody was watching in YouTube. I was asking people, why is it that when you are trying to educate people, when you want to show them the real truth, when you want to tell them what to do to live, to benefit them, nobody is interested. But you see, when Nigeria want to destroy us, we are always interested. We scramble for it. We even pay for it. We pay to get destroyed. Just take a look at what is going on their YouTube. They call live shows, all this brother, small brother, or big sister Africa, America, Nigeria. People have to subscribe. People, you have to have your satellite to watch direct live, and people are paying to watch this. And I was asking, what really do we benefit from all this? All these are what these people are giving to us just to take our attentions away from thinking. They give us these to distract us. They give us this to take us away from who we are. You forget your problems and then we drink and we are happy. Well, another thing I want to touch here is I heard when I think the first was saying about black and white people, and somebody said no, they are not white. I said okay, brown, brown. He said we are brown. We are not brown. You see, there's one thing we must understand. Mouthpiece said something. Honestly, before I continue, sorry for digression. Mouthpiece, the first time I heard of Mouthpiece, there was something that struck me. You see, Mouthpiece, I see there is something about Mouthpiece. I don't know her. I don't know what she looks like. I don't know who she is, but I know the truth. What she said was truth. The first time I heard about her, I did not even see a picture. I only heard her speaking. There was an aura. There's something about her. I don't know who she is, but there is something about her. But if you ask me, what be this? Describe her for me. Me, I don't know, but I know there is something about her. That's by the way. So I want us to understand that we Africans, you cannot describe us. The only way you can describe us is we are the masterpiece. You cannot describe our colors. You cannot say we are black, we are brown, we are green, but you can only end up saying that our color, our colors, or our color are beautiful, and they're the most beautiful thing color you will ever see on any human being. When God created man from the ground, as they told us from the Bible, and we believe this because in the Bible contains truths. And if they had known that our eyes would open today to see the truth in the Bible, they would have painted everything to be lies. So Bible, God created man from God to dig ground, use sand to create man. Now look your body, look ground. You go see your color for sand. You go see my color. That is why you have Africans. You see the ones who will look like albino. You see the one wear one yellow. You see the one wear one black. You see the one will be like Shakul. If you dey dig sand, you go dey see every color that is possessed by African people. Go dig ground to tell me where you see the color where represent the color of the people that told you that are white people. when they are not white. I've never seen anybody white before in my life. And yet they are bragging and telling you they're white. So we are special people. We are masterpiece. Forget the color they want to describe you with, or you want to call yourself Africans. We are Africans. We are colors. You cannot describe us. You cannot describe us because we are beyond description of any human. We are masterpiece. That's what I want us to know. And another thing I want us to know is that we must free ourselves, our mind, our emotion from mental slavery. You see the way we might not be saying it loud, we might not be making it to sound good, we might not make it to sound very beautiful. But one thing you must know is this: no matter how little you're making it to look, to sound, to come out, as long as these people are pursuing you everywhere you go, they want to shut you up, they want to close you down. What you are doing, whatever you are doing, that is the reason why they are pursuing you, persecuting you, closing you here, shutting you down, blocking you here and there. That thing is making impact, and the impact it is making is the right positive one, and they don't want people to get positively impacted. And I want to tell every one of us today that whenever you hear Twitter space, come here. Even if you don't want to talk, remain silent, remain listening. You must learn. And I want to make it clear again that when you see us talking about what these people has done to us, done to our people, we are not talking about God. This has nothing to do with God. They only used God to cover our eyes because they found out that our ancestors love God so much. So listen, the only way you can defraud anybody in this life is with what these people are in love. This is why it's easy for you to defraud any greedy man, telling them pay billions and don't tell anybody. They will end up paying and not telling anybody. So they came to us and found out that we love God so much, and we worship God, and we hold God so to high esteem, and they have to defraud us with God. Nobody sold anybody to them. Nobody sold anybody to them. From their own history they gave to us, because they know how to give you your history. They gave us the history how they came. They gave us the history how we sold our people to them. In those, go and watch Root. I never see, there's a program called Root, Kunta Kunte. I did not see any time any parents sold any of their or offsprings or their children or their kinsmen. I did not see when anybody was paid. I only saw them hunting us down, putting us in chains. You don't go buy slaves with gun. If you are going to buy slaves, you don't need guns and machete to buy people. You go, you pay. It's money you need. But they came to Africa with guns, with chains. They hunt us down. They put us in chains. They line us up. They took us away. And at the end, they are telling you that our fathers sold us to them. Our fathers never sold us to anybody. All these are what they have cooked up to make you hate your ancestors. All these are what they have cooked up to make you to reject whatever your ancestors believe in. They want you to reject whatever everything about that. They don't want you to hear anything about your ancestors, because they want you to see your ancestors as the evil people. If they must be serving a God that will allow them to say their children, that God is evil. If they must be doing anything, that thing was evil and it remains evil. That's why you come to them, they will tell you that your problem is your ancestors. Every day the church is growing into new dimensions. They are bringing new things given to you. It's only our ancestors that are evil. Their ancestors are beautiful ones. It's only we remain poor and die and go to heaven. Why they remain wealthy here and die and still go to heaven? My people, let me just hang it up here for now. But I want us to know that we are beautiful people. We are masterpiece of God. Thank you.
Thank you, the Biafran voice. Thank you very much for that input. We are the masterpiece, and that is why I have to choose a color. If you must choose a color, since it is a color thing, then I chose brown instead of black. And then if you are black, you can still say you are black. But since I was born, I've never seen a black man. Honestly, I've never seen one. We are masterpiece, like he said. The earth in Africa has different variation of colors, but I have never seen a pure black humus. Pure black humus. No, I've not seen. As a humus man, I've never seen a pure black humus. So I am not a black man. I refuse to be one. We must continue. What makes us humans? The ability and the capacity to reason. And then in this reason, you will understand that empathy is very important. It should be a huge part of you as a human being. You need empathy. You need to have a feeling of what the other man is feeling. That is empathy. So we must continue. Mr. Editor, before I hand over to my co-host, Mr. Editor.
No,
Okay.
hold on. Paul has to. Paul was speaking before Biafra voice.
Yeah, let him go ahead. I'm a little busy. After him, I speak, please. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Editor, go ahead.
Editor is not there. Then the word of Amuche. Ama Uche have not spoken. Or has he? Nino.
Chukwu Kadibia.
Oh,
Amuche.
yeah, I'm here. On Twitter, I'm Uche.
Oh.
I'm Uche.
I'm Uche Chukwu.
Amuche, yeah.
Yes. Thank you very much. Yeah. Good man.
I don't know why I'm echoing.
Can
I
you hear
think
me?
is that
first
Ama
network
Uche?
can hear you.
Hold on, Chukwu
It's
Kadibia.
echoing.
Amuche, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you very much. Today's topic is very wonderful. I love it. I love it. What makes a human is an ability to think. I think our people have lost it all. They have lost it all. They can't think any longer. I don't know what happened to them. I don't know. They brought religion to blind our people. All manner of things happen. Can you imagine what is happening to our people in Lagos State? Our people are seeing our own people, their own friends, their own brother, their own neighbor be killed. Their shop will be born. Still yet, they are still causing one Nigeria. Insulting some neighbor. Some don't even believe in the mathematics. The people, the person that they decide are going to rescue them. What Jesus that they gave us, I don't believe in that Jesus. I don't believe. Though I was one of the people. Now I've seen it, that thing they wrote in that book, I don't believe it anymore. What I believe in, the one I'm seeing, the one I see, that's what I believe on. What I want to say, I don't know what is wrong with our people. Please wake up. Let us wake up. We all see what is happening to us, happening to our brothers. What is happening to us that we cannot read anymore? Every day we are shouting, United Nations, why people, they are not coming. These people, they don't have our interest in their heart. They don't want us to get up. They don't want us to get up. They hate us. They didn't consider us as a human. Please let us wake up. Let us wake up. Let us wake up. Enough is enough. Let us get up. It's hard time we have to reason as a human being. We need to reason as a human being. Not an animal anymore. When you look at what is happening now, even animal is better. Is valuable than all our brothers, all what they are doing there. Every day there is killing. You are still sitting down, calling One Nigeria, chanting one Nigeria. Look at Obi. Obi is not a human. Obi can't think any longer. Look at what is happening. Obi knows that there's a religion war, so he cannot speak out. Look at what is happening. He's denying. Yes. He go to altar and start preaching. Lie. He cannot defend it. He can't stand and speak. Only one man that stood up, big way, that stood up. Where he was arrested. He was arrested. He was picked up. Why? Because he speaks the lie.
Aguja, but
He
go
speaks
out
the
and
truth.
come back in, and
What?
I'm gonna let you have the mic.
Are you not hearing me? Hello?
Yeah, there's a noise coming from your end. Amuche.
Wow. I'm sorry for that. I'm sorry for that. Let me go out and come back.
Oh, we can hear you now. Yeah, try to speak. All right, Mr. Editor, are you here?
Yeah, yes, thank you.
All right.
Greetings, everyone. I don't really know what happened earlier. I just noticed seems the space ended or so.
Yeah, the space was not recorded because after our program, people still listen to it, so he has to shut it down to open this one that is recorded.
All right. Thank you for having me. At one point or the other, different thoughts on my mind, a whole lot to talk about. But the most important thing I want to say right now is that the ability to reason in Nigeria is a very expensive commodity. Ability to reason. And that is why we are very special people, blessed with wisdom, knowledge, and understanding by Chukwu Okike Abiama. He has blessed us. The only problem most of us have is that we don't appreciate the blessings that he has given to us. He has given us everything, the ability to reason. If you see the whole of Nigeria, the Biafrans are the only set of people that are reasoning. Are you guys surprised? We cannot be surprised. We are the chosen ones. We are a blessing to the world. And that is why I am not surprised. And by the way, I want to commend Senator Abaribe. He is the only one that is speaking out there. I really appreciate him for having the courage to speak when necessary. And the last Igwe that was arrested actually made me to start thinking in another dimension. So when you see our elites, you see our Igbo men not speaking out in when we are when we have a marginalization, or when our people are killed, or this kind of burning down of businesses that happen in Lagos, and you don't see any of these people coming out to speak. This is one of the reasons. This is one of the reasons. Our people are now made to be afraid. They are fearful to speak. I don't believe they don't reason. I don't believe they don't know what's happening. I don't believe they don't know that what's happening is wrong. But the fear of what will happen to them when they speak out. And that is why I want to appeal to us, please. At one point or the other, we should treat them lightly. Because if they speak out, definitely the government of the day that sponsors terrorism will go after them. They are not going after them because these people are inciting violence. They are going after them because these people are reasoning. And this government of the day will do everything possible to fight a reasoning human being. We have preached this gospel for a very long time. Left for me, it's time to march. Freedom of our people is non-negotiable. We stand for Biafra, and Biafra we shall get. Thank you for having me. I appreciate every one of us here. The good Lord will keep us and will march into that promised land of ours. Thank you.
Thank you, my brother. God bless you. Real good. The editor. Thank you. The first who was supposed to go. Oh, they have kicked away first. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. First, let me get you in. Who was supposed to go next? Oh God. I think I need to. If you have spoken, you can please come remove yourself from the speaker so we can be able to bring others. The speaker is filled. The space is filled for the speakers.
You can remove me.
Who was supposed to go next? Who said I should take him down?
Kings.
Who?
Kings.
Okay. You've spoken. All right. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. Nino. Yeah, Nino is supposed to go. Okay, Paul have spoken. Oh. Paul, you can take the mic, except if you're not ready, then we can give it to Nino and then Amuche.
Give to another person. Just give me more few minutes, I'll be done. Just give another person to speak, please.
Okay. All right, Nino, you can go before Ama Uche takes the mic.
And then I would like to
sending it to
go
you directly.
Okay, thank you. Greetings to each and every one of you. So, am I coming out?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm Nino, and I'm reaching you all from Edo State, the beautiful land of Biafra. So, this topic is a very good one.
Which part of Edo in Biafra land? What's the part?
Benin City, to be precise. Benin City.
Benin, okay.
Benin City, to be precise.
Right,
So, we have a very good topic here. What makes us human? Okay. Please, excuse me, please. Excuse me. So I'm coming. No. It's not you. So please, we have a very good topic here. And what makes us human is the ability to reason and doing the needful at the rightful time. So, talking about color, we Africans are people of colors. That is why in the world at large, Africans have most fairest and most darkest in the world. If you go for, verification, you will verify. We have white, we have all color. Just like our brother rightfully spoke, there is no...
I beg, my brother Nino. Na mistake. We know white no dey. White no dey exist. We have light. Use another color. No be white. Hello, Nino. Nino, are you still there? It's like he's having problem with his mic. We don't have white. White does not exist anywhere on this earth. No white human being and no black human being. Yes, go ahead. Oh, Nino, I don't know what is wrong with your network or your mic. I don't know. I can't tell. But you can still come up again and continue where you stopped while we give it to Ama Uche. Unmute yourself while we wait for Nino. Nino, you can get the mic again, but let Amuche go for now. Your network is bad. Amuche, take the mic. It's like Amuche is not there. Emeka, is it Emeka or Agujegbe? It's Agujegbe. Emeka, hold on. Agujegbe, go ahead. Nino, you can go out and come in again. You will have the mic. We don't have white and we don't have black. Let that sink.
I could just unmute yourself.
Yeah. Hello, my greetings to my people.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Mazi Goodman, you are doing a great job by hosting this. This a sort of, let me call it, it's an institution where we share ideas and at the same time pass information to those that are lacking information. It's very, very important. We are doing a just cause. So today's topic, what makes us a human? The fact is that we are human beings because we can think, we can digest issues, we can think critically, analyze, and get a good result and answer. What makes us human is also the ability to think critically, to have empathy towards a fellow human being, to feel pains, and to treat others the way we like to be treated. That's also make us human being. What makes us human being also is when we realize that what's supposed to be done is not doing, like what we Biafrans have been passing through. But when we realize, because we are human beings, that those that are supposed to speak are not speaking, those that claim they are representing human life, they are not representing human life any longer. What makes us human beings is also when we realize the United Nations are no longer speaking, when they saw that evil had been taking place against a fellow human being. The human right is no longer in existence to a certain places. What makes us human beings is also when we discover that America, they call them the police of the world. They are no longer acting like a police of the world. They are no longer defending the less privileged ones. They are no longer defending those that are voiceless, those that cannot speak. They are no longer defending the vulnerable ones. Rather, they are all attention, they pay attention and focus in other earthly things, in other economic things. Their attention now diverted to where they will get mineral resources or loot mineral resources, like what they are doing in Nigeria. All this makes us human beings, because when we discover they are no longer speaking, they are no longer acting as the police of the defenseless. What makes us a human being? We have think and realize that we keep on staying in Nigeria is no longer safe for we human beings. We realize that it's no longer safe again because of dangerous diversity. What makes us a human beings also, when we realize that in United Kingdom they are living peacefully, they are living comfortable, the citizens are okay. But when it comes to the case of Nigeria, they are seeing what is going on in Nigeria. They fail to speak. They fail to call a spade a spade. Rather, they are in support of evil regime that have imposed economic jihad against its citizens. They are not speaking against it. Rather, they are comfortable joining and fighting with those that are committing all this human evil against humanities. So there's a lot of things that make us human beings. Ability to think and realize when we are no longer safe. We are no longer safe in Nigeria. We need to make a way in order to survive. That is exactly what we are doing. We are not preaching hate. Rather, we are preaching so that our people will wake up, so that those who could not think critically, they will start thinking critically and realize the earlier the better we stand up to defend our land, the earlier the better we stand up
to get our freedom will be better for us. I raise my case. All thanks
Thank
is
you.
yours.
Thank you. Thank you, Agujegbe. Thank you very much. We must center on our own selves as humans. We are now introspecting, Abi? The grammarians, Mokuna help me there. Introspect, we look inside, look inward. It's about us looking inward right now and asking ourselves this crucial question, this very important question. It is like the air you breathe. Are you a human being? When people, why would any human being expect another human being to come and better your life? That is the critical questions we are beginning to ask. How can the people that are benefiting from you want that same people to destroy what they are benefiting from? No, it's a game of interest. BBC is working for Britain, so they will project what suits Britain. Katrina Lang is a British High Commissioner to her company, and therefore she must do everything in her capacity to make sure the company continue to run smoothly. America have never policed any nation. They police for their interest. So it is time you begin to look at it critically. That is what makes you a human being. So you don't keep crying over something that is not there, that wasn't there in the first place. None of the UN are there for you, my fellow brown men, as I choose to call myself. My fellow brown men, if you know the color that your skin is, you can call yourself by that color. But calling yourself black is a shame. It's a shame. These people are only interested in themselves and not you. Therefore, you must take your eyes away from them and begin to look inward. How can you detach yourself from them? That is the number one question. How can you begin to think independently as a human being? That is the crux of the matter. We must continue. Thank you, Agujwegbe. Thank you very much.
You're
Who was
welcome.
supposed to go next? The first who was supposed to go next is okay,
All
Emeka.
right.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you, my brother.
Amuche is back, so he can give us his submission, and we can empty the space
Okay.
for
Yes,
people.
yes.
Amuche,
Let me
unmute
just
yourself.
speak for a minute, just few minutes, then
Okay.
I'm can take over. You can take me down when I'm done.
Okay,
I
Paul.
thank you, everybody. All protocol observed. You see, you guys mentioned a lot of things, and when we start questioning all those things, you guys will know that there is something fundamentally wrong. But everything they present to us, we are now fixing the puzzle. Somebody came to us, they take away our history, and they put up whatever thing they feel like, and say, "This is your history," and say, "You are now in this nigger area. Your name is called Nigeria." When you question all these things, we will know that there is something fundamentally wrong with this thing they present to us, and they program our fathers, the way they wanted to program them by saying, teach them how to read, not to understand what they read. So that's another part of programming they did. They took away our tradition and gave us the Bible. And then we know that the crusade they do before was to hunt people to come to a church. That's what a crusade means. A lot of people don't know the meaning of crusade. Crusade meaning the same thing Fulani terrorists are doing today with the name of Islam. That was what the Christians did before. That's what they call it crusader. That crusade means going to hunt. The same thing Fulani is doing, taking over the community like the one we saw in Niger State. They take over the community. They force them to accept Islam. Christians did that before. So with the knowledge we have now, And what was read to us that the Leopard put on his paper, his advice to the missionaries, that says it all. That the Christians they brought to us, something was adulterated. And when you look at Russian, he said they know their God. They know what is good and what is bad. Okay? Just teach them what you want them to hear. Not what they should do to better their life. And teach them to be rebellious against their parents. That's the programming right there. They program our people in the sense that what is going on now will happen. And that was the reason why they take the history away. So that we will not know who we are. The same person that said we sold the people to them, we sold our brothers. There is no history where we sold our brothers. They are the one that provide the history. Why don't they provide our own history? Why did they take the history away? Why did they take the history from the Bible? Why did they take the names out? From everywhere, start changing names, giving us names to hide our identities. So when you look at all these things, you will see that this is the way they want us to program. That's why a lot of things are going on. That's why a lot of killings going on. You will not hear it. They will not say anything about it. But then we go to the online, even the one that is speaking broken, that we should come out and get our PVCs, that we should validate our election, that the election is our right. But now the election was rigged. They are not saying anything about it. They are now congratulating the person that the election was rigged in his favor. They are not telling these people now. Nobody has seen them come out anywhere that says, no, this election was rigged. I'm going to help you on how to recover your stolen mandate. But what did they do? To show you that they were programming us to work the same way they want us to work. That was the reason why they came out to congratulate Tinubu. That was the reason why they could not say anything. These people, they are saying, oh, come out and vote. Your vote is your power. It's your civil right. They will not tell us it's our own civil right to challenge the rigged election. They will not show the same way they advertise it. No, everybody is now mute. They are not coming out to say, oh, these people, we encourage them to do this, as they usually be, to deceive those they deceived. When we say no election, they were not coming now to tell Obi or to tell Obi to champion it. A lot of things are going on. They're not coming to champion. A lot of killings. Are you aware that the people they killed during this election was 100 and documented? The people they injured was 100 and something thousand. Just that one day on the 20, I think 18th of March. That was to listen, because I like to challenge them. I like to go to war front. That's why most of the time I stay in their space. You know, why humans are not coming after those people? Why are they not putting all these things as evidence as they came out to campaign for these people? Why are they not coming out now to spread the news that people are being killed, that people were killed? Up to now, people are being intimidated and arrested. That will show you that what they are doing is to keep us subjugated, because that's why they say Africa is not a priority. That's the same reason why they say, you know, all the resources in Africa, once Africa develops, they will not be able to get the resources. That's the reason why they are doing everything they are doing. The same people that are controlling the United Nations that gave order that the Mazin and the Kalu will be released after 6 months. What have they done? The answer is nothing. So, my people, I'm going to leave it here to let you know that these people are our problem. The earlier we understand and disintegrate from them, I want our people to know that the UN will not come to help us. And the freedom is not given, freedom is taken. We have to do everything we could to get this, our freedom, and get liberated once and for all. If we are looking for them, they will not come to our rescue. That's why they put everything in place to be able to subjugate us. Thank you very much.
Thank you, my brother Paul.
Please take me down.
Yeah, you know, you said it all. You said everything that we've been hammering um, ever since. And it hasn't stopped. It has not stopped. Just yesterday, like I said, on top of the people that were killed after the election, over 80 school children kidnapped in the north. These are kids between the age of 12 and 17 kidnapped, and no, it's not even on the news. We can talk about the killing in Benue State. We can talk about the one in the north. We can talk, it's all over the place. Now they are going after those that they have chased out of their home in IDPs. They're going to IDP camp and massacring people. This is happening, and nobody can reason. The international community, they don't want to kill. They don't care about it. The UN secretary or whatever his name is, he went to the zoo. He went to Nigeria. Upon all the killings, upon all the evidences that we have provided them, did anything happen? The answer is no. Who was the first people to congratulate Tinubu after the election? The so-called the scam that they called election. In a country where over 80 million people registered to vote and collected their voters registration, ready to vote. And at the end of the day, it was less than 25 million people that voted. And in that 25 million people, only about 8 million of them decided who becomes president. And that they call that democracy. You know, whenever they go around, they tell you, we promote democracy. Is that how democracy works? We are half the population in a country of over 200 million people. 8 million decides who becomes president. But the international community, the fact is they never cared. They never have, and they never will. It is up to us that have been liberated mentally to start to demand and to fight for our freedom. Nobody's going to give you your freedom. It's because freedom was handed over to Africa. That's why it came with everything attached to it. That's why it became a business enterprise for the Britain and their counterpart. That's why they can see genocide being happening against indigenous population, Fulani herdsmen, massacre villages. And whatever the Fulanis can do, the Nigerian military will do it because they are terrorists in uniform. In Nigeria, you have Boko Haram, ISWAP, ISIS, reintegrated into the military, into the security architecture of the nation. These are terrorists that have killed, caused more harm in the country. You know, since they started operation, you see, they don't think. They have taken away their ability to think, reason. We have to ask them a question. Since the start of the Operation Safe Corridor, which is where they rehabilitate Boko Haram terrorists, ISIS, Fulani herdsmen, and Mietiala, and you name it, all the terrorist group in Nigeria, has terrorism reduced in Nigeria since they started the program? So what evidence do they have to show that has actually helped reduce terrorism in Nigeria? The answer is no. Fulani terrorists are in the top 5 of the World Terror Index, the most dangerous terrorist organization. There is terrorist attack every day where villages are being ransacked. 2 days ago, 700 homes were burnt down. 700, not 70. This is an entire village of people. And they say they didn't report any casualty because they hide it. That's what they do. In an attack where 700 villages were burnt to ashes, and you're telling me there was no casualties. where you go to Benue State, where either every day 50 gets killed, 70 get killed, 100, and still nobody thinks, nobody reasons. Because you know how this Nigerian government works. Imagine if they had stood up and say, we cannot accept this program where you reintegrate terrorists into the security architecture of the nation, and say that they are repented terrorists. Has terrorism reduced in Nigeria? The answer is no. But nobody can speak up, because as soon as you speak up, you get killed. As soon as you speak up, you get imprisoned. But nobody still talk. They can't talk. They can't do what's necessary. They tell you, we want new Nigeria. New Nigeria. The same person that destroyed the old Nigeria, he's promising you a new Nigeria. You never ask him a question. What happened to the old Nigeria? If there was even a thing like that. That's when you have, in a so-called sovereign nation, you have America campaigning for Nigerian election, Britain campaigning for Nigerian election, and you ask, has Nigeria worked for anybody? The answer is yes. Nigeria is working for UK. It's working for the Europeans. For everybody benefiting from Nigeria. For the indigenous people, Nigeria is hell. They tell you, oh, you don't need to work hard on earth. In your father's land, there is many mansions there. Your reward is in heaven. You do your good deed, you love your neighbor, you do all these things. They ask them, oh, how many times can somebody wrong you before you retaliate? They say 70 times 7, whatever nonsense that they come up with. In other words, keep taking it. Somebody kill you, God will provide. God bring and God take. That's what they tell them. Somebody die of cancer. Oh, God, it's God did this. God knows why it happened. Car accident. God knows why it happens. Even like minor injuries that could be treated, but because of lack of good hospital and infection takes a hold of the wound, and then the person dies, they ask him, God knows why it happens. Because they can't reason. They cannot reason. That's why that's why I posted that video on the Jumbotron where people were thrown in the river, butt naked, praying that somehow they can make money. It's on the Jumbotron, praying that money will fall from heaven. These are people that don't have businesses. They don't have anything that they're doing, and they are convinced that if they get naked in the river and praying while the priests throw money at them, that tomorrow they're going to get a contract. People that don't have any business. But they cannot think rational anymore because the ability to reason has been taken away from them. It was systematic. We were groomed from childhood. I said it. It's catch them while they were young. And they caught us while we were young. Today, we're feeling the impact. When you talk about freedom, people will tell you, well, no, people die. Like we're actually freedom. And what we will get is freedom. Like Mazen Namdekano said, it doesn't matter how many people they kill. They've already been killing us. This is not the first time. This is not the second time. The genocide that they committed against our people during the Biafra genocide, they killed our people. But we're still here, and if that's the route that we have to go again to make sure that we liberate ourselves, that we emancipate ourselves from this perpetual slavery that is literally killing us, then that's what we have to do. I will go to Emeka. Emeka, go ahead, and then Awumbini will go after you. Emeka, unmute yourself.
Yes, I'm unmuted. Thank you.
Oh, okay.
Thank you. We call this our platform where we speak truth to power, hallowed platform. And as such, We must get so many things right. We are proud of our history, but if you look into our lives in retrospect, it is not totally glorious all the day. We must admit it that we made mistakes in our way of life, and we must improve on them. But our better days ahead should well be cherished. Being the kind of people we are, we believe in innovations, we believe in argument, strong argument. Make your case known. We don't lord over anybody. But looking into our life, we have to admit and take responsibility. Why am I saying this? I want to respond to Biafran. His name is Biafran Voice. And Paul Izieme. That's the name. You see, we sold our people in the time past. We sold ourselves. And it is written in our Fox laws. It is written in our way of life. And these things have shaped ourselves. I'll give you a small story. Where my mom came from, there is a particular village my people don't marry from. And I made inquiry to say, why are we not marrying from them? And they said, when there was war in our place, we ran as far to those people and we were sheltered. But every morning, if we wake up, we count ourselves. 1 or 2 people are missing. If we wake up, 1 or 2 people are missing. And having noticed that, we came back to our land and we cried for our brothers that we have lost. And they use the eldest person, use the staff of office and say, the way our people speak it is like this. Owa sa owa towa. Na ya ye kebenda wine. Na haya nukwa wine. Na bai. Owa sa. That is in our 7th generation. We can never, from generation to generation, they first of all say, Owasa means in the 7th generation, we can never have anything to do with these people. We can never marry together. This is what my elders cried that time. So, and I made mention of Umuchuku, which Nnamdi Kanu expressed and complained bitterly. If you go to Arochukwu meeting, they don't say Igbo Kwenu. They said Aroki Igbo Kwenu. Anybody, I want you to begin to take cognizance of this. And you have to study about Ubinu Okpabi and see the active role that very shrine played during the slave trade. It's so sad to talk about. But that situation have shaped so many society. Like they don't marry, my people don't marry from anybody that is Umuchuku. My people don't marry from there because of what happened. Till today, it has shaped our society. So I will want us to speak truth, even if we are not proud of those histories. That's why we are human, and that is why we are the people who we are. We must admit it and move forward. Having said that, what makes us a human? I saw the waves that is being made by the letter Adishe, Shimamanda Adishe wrote to Biden. And it also gives me reason. Are these people human? I don't know where that lady is from, in the part of Biafra. Is it that she doesn't have any siblings at all from there? Why would she write letter, waste her time and that talent that she got from her mother? Why would she waste that talent to pen a letter down in frowning against Nigeria election? Does she know the position of her people? Once upon a time, Nnamdi Kanu frowned against her activities, but he took it easy with her. Once upon a time, Kate Henshaw, one Nollywood actress, say, don't act Port Harcourt to your Biafra. She was talking to Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu said, we only ask for referendum. Let's see how popular her view is. That's how Nnamdi Kanu takes sorry, answer that one, but no respond to her. But this brings us to mind that these people, do they have sense? The likes of Okonjo-Iweala. She came back during the election and said she have just voted. Does she think, with given the current situation of Nigeria, we have two kidnappers. One is Wadume, one is Evans. Evans was kidnapping people with low rate of murder. Wadume killed serving officer, in fact, captain in the army. The police people know they're relevant, but in the soldier, Wadume killed captain. He's being judged by Sharia law, where he has used his money to send people to jihad. Yes, to Hajj at Saudi Arabia. But Evans is in the prison waiting for the day he will die. It's like they have sentenced him. These are two people that committed the same crime. How does people like Chimamanda reason? How do they think? Are they not familiar with the happenings in the... This is what is coming to mind. A woman that her mother was kidnapped for fighting for Nigeria still come back after more than up to 10 years to say, I have voted. Voting in an election that you know the end from the beginning. As old as she is, with all the academical prowess. That was why Nnamdi Kanu say one of his friends was going about looking for professor that comes from Africa, because he go just slap him, say, go and remove that professorship. You are not qualified to be called a professor. So these are the questions I'm asking. What makes you a human? Doesn't mean that these things no they touch you. This Chimamanda and those people that are supposed to be speaking. Onyekonwelu said, I know she's not the owner of that quote, but she was the person that had it from, that we are not perturbed by the activities of our enemies, but the silence of our friends are killing us. Silence of our friends. And regarding black or white, I guess in America, they have come up with a scheme to call the people of color instead of calling them black. Yes, because the whitest man on earth is a black man, according to Guinness World of Record. And the darkest man on earth is a black man. So they call you the people of color. They don't call you dark. They don't call you brown, or they don't call you anything, because you will not be exclusively right when you say you are brown or what. We have different kind of complexion, especially the people of the East. So that is my take on the issue of color. So we used to call them now in America the people of color instead of you calling them black. This is my submission for now. And I rest my case.
Thank you. I like that one. The people of color instead of the black man, because that's it. Now wickedness to call person black man. Go ahead, the first. Go ahead. We are people of color. Thank you.
Yeah, I just wanted to add something to what he said. The worst type of slaves are the house. They call them house Negroes. Oh, Chimamanda and the business. What's her name again? Dora Akunyere or whatever.
Okonjo.
Kunjiwala, yeah, they're all house slaves. There are people that they don't care how many people because they are benefiting from the same system. There's no difference between them and the same white people that we're fighting today. Because these are people that Nigeria made them. Just like what happened, how those Nollywood criminals can never speak up about the killing of their own people. Imagine somebody like Okonjo-Iweala, somebody that her voice would do so many things, even if it means losing her position. She would do it for her own people, but she will never do it because she's benefiting from that system. And they seek what is it encouragement. They get the from white people. That's how she is. And the same thing happens to Chimamanda because they encourage her. And that's a juice. It's like this adrenaline that when she gets acknowledged by white people, she feels, oh, I have arrived.
The first.
Yeah.
You said the white the other time. I kept quiet. You don't knock him again.
Europeans, colonials. She feels like she has arrived. She's part of it. That's why Okonjo-Iweala went and validated a fraud that is killing her own people. This is people. That's why I said that the worst Biafrans that we have, the people that are sabotaging this struggle, are those that were born immediately or a little bit after the war, after the genocide. They're the worst coward I have ever seen in my life. And people will say, well, it's because they experienced the war. But I know people, we've seen the elderly men, our real Biafran that fought the war. And when you give them a chance to speak, they will tell you if the war breaks out today, they will still fight. These are people that literally fought the war. They'll tell you if Biafra war, if war is how we're going to get our freedom, they will fight it. And then you have the people that came right after the war. They are the worst coward I've ever seen. And it's sad. People that have the voice, they have the privilege, they have to speak about the plight of their people. Knowing fully well that we are being suppressed in the media, we are being suppressed everywhere. But they have the opportunity, and every opportunity that they have to speak about the plight of their people. No, they will speak what the colonials want them to say, what the Europeans want them to say. What because it's all about interest, it's all about money for these people. That's why instead of writing about the plight of Biafran people, knowing fully well what happened after the election in Lagos State, how Igbos were being hunted, Igbo Biafrans being hunted house to house and killed. Their businesses burned to the ground. Businesses worth billions burned to ashes. And there will never be a compensation. There's never been compensation because this is not the first, not the second. Instead of taking the opportunity to let the world know what we are going through, know that we are captives in our own land. She won't do it, but she will go and validate Obi, who is a fraud. Obi, who knows that the past election was a religious war, but he was too scared to say it, said the exact same thing Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was saying. But he could say it out in the close. Somebody that cannot be trusted. But he will send letters to the world leaders. Oh, I didn't even know Chimamanda could send letters. These are people that because we're going to fight. For people saying that we don't want war. If war is how we're going to get Biafra, the war is what we're going to do. And this is the people that will come. After we've died and fight and get our freedom, they will come back and tell you, oh, I have 25 master's degree. I have this, I have that. I was a professor of this, professor of that. Then we will remind them what they did. Because these are people that they've never wanted anything good for their own people. The voices that we have we have Biafrans, professors all across the world, but they will never do anything to benefit their own people. God put them all in that position for a reason, but when that reason comes, they will do what the zoo government wants them to do. They will do what the colonials want them to do. But it's sad. We must continue. I won't be go ahead.
Excuse me. I want to make
Thank you.
about the election.
Thank you.
Hello.
Thank you.
Uh,
Can you
speaking.
hear me?
Hold on. I won't be.
Okay.
Emeka, go ahead. I won't be. Emeka, mute yourself.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And may God continue to bless you all for this great
Okay.
work
What
that
I'm
you
saying is
are
this:
doing.
of the election, the date all of they say it's about 100 people, and I want to tell you that this is the most safest election that Nigeria has had in recent years. For the past 20 years, because down the north there is a kind of complicity to rig in APC, which everybody understand. The game is clear, so nobody, no. Um, you come to the south, the west. Giving them no PVC, no any other thing. It's just this side, the west, that you record this level, at least 70% of the death casualty that we've had in this election. And you come to the east, that's why we must all appreciate Simon Ekpa. At home, there was no election in the east, so nobody was coming out, so there was no need for death. Nobody died because coming out to vote or validate anybody in the East. This alone safe for us in the East not to die or be counted among the dead toll, because as before the election you have themselves, the parties killing themselves, but during those 2 days of election, those two elections, there was no casualty because nobody actually came out. So when we are talking about the death toll, let's give credit to whom it belongs. Thank you.
Yeah, you're right. You're right because all the violence we saw was outside Biafra land because our people, majority of our people, sat at home and said they will not validate Nigeria. Entire Biafra land, it was over 22, over, I believe it was about 20 million or a little over 20 million in entire Biafra land that registered to vote. Only 4 million that they recorded voted. But we know that the number is even much less than that. But it's Nigerian government where elephant can fly anytime they want it to. It will fly in the court. Elephant will fly during election. Elephant will fly everywhere because that's what Nigeria thrives on. Lies, deceit, and propaganda. I won't be near unmute yourself.
Thank you, sir. And I'm very, very happy to be here, sir. May God continue to bless you all for this great work that you are doing. You see, like the topic, what makes us humans? What makes us humans is that when you see yourself in a position where, in a very horrible position, the ability for you to rise up and say no, no matter how bad or how strong that opposition is as at that moment, makes you a human being. The ability to say yes, I can be free and I have to work it out irrespective of how hard, how difficult it is, for your freedom, for our freedom, for my freedom, for our people's freedom. That's what makes us human beings. That is how I see it. There is no normal human being created by God that will sit down and watch his own people go through what our people are going through in Biafra land today, unless that person is not a human being. As for our people, yes, my brother, Biafra Voice 247. Our people sold their people during the slave time. My stepfather, who died at the age of 89, told us stories of what happened. In fact, they sold. During that time, they were still having squabbles within families.
brothers and sisters were having quarrels. But when you continue to have quarrels with your brothers and sisters, they will consider you maybe the black sheep of the house. When the white people come, they will sold you to the catch you and sell you to the white people. Our people did that. If you remember one of the Mazen Namda Kanu's brokers, he quoted a place in the Bible, I think, is it in Exodus or Genesis, where he quoted how God cursed or curses people that single-handedly catch their own people and sell them. It's in the Bible. There is a curse for those people. There is a curse for those people. Let me tell you one thing else. Do you want to tell me if it were during the slave time, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu as a Biafran, Igbo-speaking Biafran, is doing what he's doing today? Do you think that the Ohaneze Ndigbo and the criminal politicians that are benefiting from the corrupt and criminal barbaric status quo will not sell him into slavery? Who are those people that collected money against Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and reviewed his secret in Kenya when he went there to visit before they kidnapped him? There are evidences and reports, according to Simon Ekpa, our spokesperson, that people were involved. Didn't they collect money to sell Mazen Nnamdi Kanu? Is that not slavery? Is that not selling your own people, your own person into slavery? Or is it because he was not sold in the hands of the, the colonialists, the imperialists? When Simon Ekpa began to speak in the strong voice, just like his master, what did they do? Do you want to tell me if it were in those days when they were selling slaves, they would not catch Simon Ekpa and sell him into slave? They issued bounty on him. What does that mean? Is that not selling? They've sold our people. And we are here today. The reason why we are human beings is that you and I am not a full-blooded Biafran. I have a Kusasi blood, a Ghanaian blood in me, and I have an Igbo blood in me as well. And the interest of every Igbo-speaking Biafran and all the other Biafrans, great sons and daughters of Biafra land, affects me. I don't know of any other person. I have gone to several platforms and defend whatever our people are doing, as long as it boils down to our freedom. I will support it. I told you also the other time that Nigerian government wasted a lot of money in training me. I am below 49. If push on to shove, we will definitely do it in the right way. And I pray that God will make it with the little effort that we're going to put in. It must be swift and we will win as long as God is behind the struggle, because all of us here are fighting for a just cause. There is nobody in this platform or those that are listening to us today, my great people, that is fighting for any kind of criminal act or trying to kill or maim any other person apart from freedom. Freedom is the right of every human being, a normal human being. What makes us normal human beings is the ability to free ourselves and find where it is not forthcoming, we fight for it. And that is what we are doing. We are not terrorists. And if you want to go back in history, before the white, what we call imperialists invaded our land, I want to show you today and tell you today, there is one of the popular kingdom in Ghana here, they call the Ashanti Kingdom. Most of you must have known it. It's very, very popular when you are talking of kingdoms in Africa, Kanuri Empire, the Ashanti Empire, the Ashanti Kingdom, and so on and so forth. Before these people came in, they were exchanging human being with gold, but it was not in a dehumanizing way like our imperialists that invaded us tended to be. These things were there before. And I believe, sincerely believe, that that is the problem we are passing through today. The curses that God laid, is it in Genesis or Exodus? As Master Namdekan stated that before he embarked on that 150 or so fasting, they are there for us to see. We need to look back and find out who we are. A man that is blessed so much like the Biafran people don't supposed to go and beg for anybody, to help them. God has blessed you. You answer Chi do this, Chi is this, Chi is that, Nna is this. What makes you think that you are not closer to God than those people that we are worshiping today? You are Chibuzo, Chibunna, Chibueze, Amarachuku. These are the names we give to our people in giving glory to God and telling the world that there is God. Then why must we allow our people? We must fight what we have to fight. We must do what we have to do in order to make sure that we secure the freedom we so desire. Thank you so much, and may God bless all of you.
Thank you, Awumbini. We always appreciate you coming up here and giving us your 2 cents. It's the same thing we said. We know spirituality before they brought their own religion to us, and then made us believe that everything that we know is wrong, and their own religion is the right way to go. And they brainwashed us, groomed us to the point that today we can't even reason as human beings. We can't even sympathize when our neighbors are in deep sorrow because they're taking away everything that we believed in, taking away everything that we love, and give us their own false hope. They tell you, don't do this on earth, that there is another heaven that is waiting for you somewhere, that if you don't drive a Lamborghini on earth, there is a heaven where you are going to drive a Lamborghini. Don't defend yourself. Don't commit, don't kill. Don't do this, don't do that. But everything that they're telling you, they did it. Um, in terms of the slavery stuff, I also heard my stories. I also heard stories. My grandmother told me stories. Um, but the fact is this: we will never justify evil. We have to call out evil wherever we see it, whether it's the ones that our ancestors did or that. But we also have to understand that none of this would have happened if they weren't deceived. Just like they brainwashed. Because remember, these people came in with religion. The first, just like we found out during our teaching here, the first sheep that took slaves out of the coast of Biafra land, the Bight of Biafra, the name was Jesus. So it doesn't take rocket science to put 1 and 2 together to realize that maybe they thought they were going to heaven. Now, I will never justify evil or justify, we will condemn it, we condemn it. And, but the fact we have to remain the same, that they were deceived. The people that came in through their deceit, came in with all manner of lies. And when they have succeeded in subjugating our people.
Hello, sir. Hello, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you so much for this opportunity. You see, the reason why God raised people like Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is to correct most of these things that we have learned in the past that are not good, but we had no opportunity or the power to correct them. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu has come to senses that he has done everything that he needs to do. He has, we have heard everything, which whatever that we hear today is just to reinforce what Mazen Nnamdi Kanu has said in the past. Look, for me, anybody that is ready to accept a corrupted religion and made it his or her own is not worthy to be a human being. I'm telling you the truth. And that is why we are here today. I understand spirituality and I believe that my ancestors knew God Almighty, the creator of all things. Chukwu Okike, Chukwu God the creator. They knew it already, but these people allowed them to be corrupted. Look at what they are doing today. Do you know what the caliphate control government is doing? They are also now doing the same thing these people did to our ancestors using religion. Today, these people are not using religion, they are using jihadism. That is what they are using now. And they believed that what these people did with Christian religion corrupted, they can also do it, and these people that did it before will not have a say. And that is why we are suffering what? How we are suffering today. They will still use some of us. They are using some of us as we speak to scuttle this fight for our freedom. And we will not allow that to happen. Thank you, sir, and God bless you all.
Thank you. You hit that spot on. You were right. They're using some of us, and they're using them, especially those politicians. Some of them are starting to convert to Islam just because of money. They are converting to Islam. I laughed when I heard that, but it is happening in Biafra land, you know. But we must continue. Let's go ahead and give Wani Oma. Wani Oma. I see you, Elder Godman. You will speak next, and then Nino will speak after you. Wani Oma, go ahead and unmute yourself.
Hello.
Hello.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Um, I don't have much things to say, but the only thing I have to say is I am tired of blaming the white people. I am tired of laying blames on the West, because what is happening in Biafra land, to me, it seems worse than what the white people has done to us. See the case of Nnamdi Kanu. Because of Igbo presidency, that even a blind man can see that it is not viable in Nigeria. That was why they sold Mazen Nnamdi Kanu out to his enemies. Now, the Igbo presidency is no more to be seen. Okay, Obi supposed to use his brains and know that Nigeria is not for Igbo people. Nigeria is not for Biafrans. APC, PDP, they zone their candidates every 4 years. It got to the time of Southeasterners. All of them threw the position open. Instead of Obi to read the handwriting on the wall, Britain called him advised him to join Labour Party. And Britain is doing that to cover their own ass because of their interest in Nigeria. I was telling them that time, I said, Britain, they don't love us. All they are trying to protect is the interest they have in their there. Because they have known that if there is no Igbo man coming out as a president, Igbos will not vote. So for Igbos to validate this fraud that just happened, they advised to be okay. When the election took place, Britain saw everything that happened. The imp that they sent over there could not tell them over there that what they did there was wrong. Rishi was the first person to call to a call. They don't even care the process. All they want is their interest will be there. Okay, Ohaneze ndị Igbo, they have been shouting. That is where my annoyance lies. Ohaneze have been shouting since. If they did not give it to Igbo man, they will do this, they will do that, they will do this. As our leader used to call them, toothless bulldogs. They will bark like little dogs that they are. They have no balls. And I don't know if this Ohaneze ndị Igbo, they have kids. Do they have children? Because when everything was going all this way, I called my father back. I said, get in your house and sit down. Nigerian politics is not for upright people like you. And I don't want you to come out and do anything no more. If they have sensible children, their children will call them to order. Now, our leader is over there. They are not doing anything. Okay, autopilots, they came out. Simon said, nobody should come and vote. Biafrans, don't validate this election because an Igbo man will not move into Asorok. Which is, and that is very correct. If you read the handwriting on the wall, if you study the wave of things, you will know that Igbos are not even recognized in Nigeria. Okay, when you are not recognized in Nigeria, for God's sake, what the hell are you doing there? I have started reading the pattern of Nigeria because my father is into Nigeria politics until I stopped him. My brothers, everybody, we rose up against him. If you dare enter Nigerian politics no more, we will father you. I have started reading the pattern of Nigerian and Biafra. I have started reading books about Biafra far back when I was in secondary school. That was when my annoyance started. Because anytime I talk about Biafra, I go emotional. I always cry because I have read many books about Biafra. And my people, they continue suffering since that time. They don't have brains to reason. Is there anything wrong with us? I have been praying. I said, God, if there is anything that is wrong with our brain, please, God, have mercy on us because we don't reason. In Lagos too, see what happened in a place you called your country, that somebody came out and said you will not come out and vote. This is enough opportunity for Biafrans to leave Nigeria. When you cannot exercise your human right to choose who governs you in a place you call the country, it is enough reason for Biafrans to rise up in mass. Okay, now Simon Ekpa is begging them, we will have a seat at home in Lagos State. Are they supposed to be begged? Onwere ihe na-eme ndị Igbo biko, onwere ihe na-eme anyị, onwere ihe na-eme, is there anything wrong with us? You come out to vote, they killed you. After the voting, they keep on killing you, coming to houses to kill you, burning your businesses in a country you called your own. They don't want us. What are we waiting for? That is my question every time. Our leader said, God said that he has given us Biafra, that we should go and get it. And we are lacking behind. And this thing that you see happening now, it is for our benefit if we can utilize it. Because since they did their sham, many prominent countries, they have not congratulated the president-elect or what? Which means they are aware of what is going on in Nigeria. This is our best time now to unite as one, whether you like it or not. If we continue staying in that country so that Tinubu will enter, I am sorry, Tinubu hates Igbos, not even Igbos only. Because to a Yoruba man, if you're not Hausa, if you're not a Yoruba, you are Igbo. They hate us to a fault. Ndị Igbo si onye ajụrụ ọ na-ajụ onwe ajụ gị ga-eju onwe gị. What are we waiting for in Nigeria? This is a very good opportunity. Okay, Wani Igwe has spoken out of anger, because I listened to that man severally. You will see agony. Instead of seeing a threat, you are seeing agony. That statement he made is just to kill the pain that he is having inside, because in his voice, I am hearing agony and pain. Immediately he said that a stupid Igwe that came out again and said they distance themselves. That Igwe that distance, onwe homo. Has he no children? His children cannot call him to order. And that man that said that thing is still in jail. Why MC Oluomo vomited venom? Nothing happened to him. Gumi vomited venom severally. Gumi is not in jail because that Igwe is an Igbo man. That is why he is there. Because he didn't say anything. He vented his anger. That is what he did. He didn't issue any threat. If we say today it is that Igwe, that is the fate of every Biafran in Nigeria as of now. Because they will silence all of you if nothing drastic is done. I have told them, I said, I have 2 sons in the American army here. They are ready to come back whenever it is time. And I too, Wanyoma, I am ready to come back. I can't die 2 times. The insult on my people is too much. I cannot watch any program. I will see where other people enjoying their country. Immediately I see it, my mind will reflect Biafra. I will start to remember all the sufferings of my people. At work, anytime they see me, I sit down, I was moody, they will say, she is thinking about her country. They have known me for that. So everybody should put his or her hand on the plough. And the Bible said, if you put your hand, don't look back. It is time we come out, support Simon Ekpa, support him 100%. Wherever you are living in Nigeria, are you living in the north, in the south, if you don't take any drastic action, the fate of this Ezendibo is awaiting all of us. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you, my sister. Thank you, my sister. I know it hurts, but that's why we're here. That's why we said that we will take it Biafra this year, whether the devil likes it or not. It doesn't
Amen.
matter if um if we have to fight our way to freedom, then that's what we have to do. And it's gonna happen. Everything is gonna happen this year because
Let
the
it
insult
happen. I'm
because
ready.
the insult is too much. The insult is too much, and we can't take it. If they don't have shame, we have shame. If those the so-called elders, if they don't have shame, our generation have shame, and we cannot take the insult again. You only die once, and you only live once.
Once.
Yes. I will go ahead and give Elder Godsman, and then Nino, and then Mighty Dot. Elder Godsman, unmute yourself.
Am I coming out live?
Loud and clear.
Grand rising, everyone. I will start by addressing the Ghanaians first before I go straight to the point. The Ghanaians own each and every one of us, all African descendants, an apology for their role during slavery. Because the West African Frontier Force that was conquering other Africans for the Caucasians were all recruited from Ghana. So back to what I want to say. You don't expect the so-called elite to join you during the freedom. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala was the minister or commissioner of finance of Nigeria during the time of Jonathan. But I can tell you that where she's from, that woman is from Ogwashuku. Where she's from in Ogwashuku, Biafra land, from Anyoma, they have no lights, they have no water, they have no good school, not even good road, not even sound education. She was there siphoning money. But today she is very fast to come and tell you that I have voted. What do you expect from her? You expect her to preach Biafra? Of course, she can never preach Biafra because she's benefiting from the system. You don't expect anyone that is eating from the system to condemn the system. They said that the mouth that is eating does not talk. At least you don't speak when you are eating. That is number one. Why another thing I want to point out is that there is nothing like the whites. What we have are the Caucasians. As long as you are not an African, you are a Caucasian. Just as long as you are not indigenous to the land of Africa, you are either a Caucasian or you are Arabs. That is why Mohammed Salah will tell you that I am an Arab man. That is why the Egyptians, the Moroccans, the Tunisians, the Libyans, even the Algerians, they will first of all give credit to their Arab race than to give credit to Africa. So let's take it the way it is. They are Arabs. They are never indigenous to the land, and they will always give credit to where they come from. So you trying to call them African is like you are trying to force what cannot be on them. This is all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you, and I got the man. Let's go to Nino. Nino, unmute yourself.
Yeah, thank you very much for giving me the opportunity once again. So I hope I'm coming out clear this time around.
Yes, yes, loud and clear.
Okay. Like I said, I'm speaking from Edo State, Biafra land, Benin City to be precise. So I guess I should start afresh because I was hearing your network is not good before I was instructed to leave and join back. So in the issue of what makes us human is the ability to reason, and not just to reason, but doing the right thing at the appropriate time. That is what makes us human. Then talking about color, white or black, nobody is white, nobody is black. Africans, we are the people of colors. So is there the most fairest person is African, the most darkest is African. So it's there for all to see. So please, I'm thanking each and every one of you here. Every one of you trying your best to make sure that we get our freedom. I pray that Okika Biama will continue to bless you all and give you more blessing in the area of wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. More importantly, to remove the spirit of fear from each and every one of us. Because like our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, will always say, he said that they will kill us, we will kill them, but at the end, Biafra will be restored. So my beloved brothers and sisters, you know, everybody is seeing what is going on in this our struggle. As we all know, the Westerners, like our sister just said, we don't have to continue blaming the Westerners. We need to take the bull by the horn. We need to take the bull by the horn. So, as God may have it, after those criminals sold our leader, thinking that by betraying him, we be the end of our struggle, but they made a mistake. They never knew that Almighty will always have a way for his own people. That is why after they did all they did, Okike still made a way for us by bringing Mazi Simon Ekpa to continue the good work from where Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu stopped. They are all disgracing themselves. Any platform you come across these criminals, these saboteurs, you see them, they don't have any topic they are discussing. They are discussing nonsense. And in that, what they are discussing, they are even exposing themselves the more, making proofs to show that Simon Ekpa is really the good guy. You people have been, telling us how they are fighting, how they are working on the ground, but we are not seeing anything. How can you be working on the ground without evidence? Somebody you claim is a agent of the zoo, somebody you claim is a criminal, is the person now you are coming the audio to the world, how is buying RPG and so forth and so on. Are they not killing themselves by doing all those things? That is how the spirit of Biafra rose. By making them, they will think they are wise. That is why they refer to themselves as wise. But they never knew they are fools. They are trying to, expose Simon, that Simon is a criminal, he's doing this, he's doing that. But in other way around, they are even passing information that really Simon is working. Simon is working. Because each time they bring up all these issues, when you go to the comment section, take time to go through the comments that everybody is dropping, you will see the insults they are receiving for such useless posts they normally make and programs. So in that area, I want to tell all Biafrans, who are genuine in this very cause to keep it up. Very soon, I mean very, very soon, these people, they think they have the monopoly of violence, for since 1945. These people have been killing us here and there. But very soon, the table will soon turn. All the letters we have been writing to African Union, European Union, United Nations, ICC, all the letters we have been writing for them to come to our aid, they gave it deaf ear. Very soon, our enemy, the zoo, these liars, when the time comes and the time is near, they will write and write and write and write until they will get tired. Nobody will listen to them. Like they are doing to us now. They feel maybe the Westerners love them so much, the British government love them so much, but they don't know they are doing all they are doing for their own interest. So when the time finally comes, everybody saw what happened in Afghanistan. The people who they say they are terrorists, they later become the head of Home of Affairs of our Afghanistan government. So who is now a terrorist? You see? So like we all know that these people here, the Boko Harams, are the Talibans of Nigeria. And they are doing what they are doing. People will say, like the religious fathers, these people who say they know everything, they will tell you nothing will happen. Nobody can Islamize Nigeria. No way. But it's happening before their very eyes. It's happening before their very eyes. And they are doing nothing. And if anybody is believing that maybe tomorrow this religious father will speak, you are just wasting your time. You are wasting your time. It doesn't take them anything to convert to Islam. Most of them have converted already. They are Islams already. They are Muslims already. What they are after is the money. Let the money keep coming. That is why I pity our Biafra people who are doing what they are not supposed to do, who are believing another man's gods in the name of salvation. I pity for them. Instead of we to go back to our culture. In Biafra land, we have beautiful cultures. When we talk about our own, they come against it. But when they talk about their own, they want us to support them. You see? So what am I saying? All must come back and do the needful. We must leave religion alone. We must leave the teachings of the Europeans alone. The teachings, this pattern of education the Westerner brought to us. What makes you think the people who enslaved your fathers, they enslaved your fathers, at then they were not, the food they ate was not the same food they give to you. In fact, during those days, if you work in sugarcane farm, they will put a padlock in your mouth so you will not eat sugarcane, ordinary sugarcane. But those people promised you that in their father's house there are many mansions in heaven. Somebody who refused you to eat sugarcane that you are farming, is it the same person that will allow you to partake in his or her father's house in heaven? So these are the questions we should be asking ourselves. Then what makes you think they will give you the rightful education that you will study and learn something? If you sit down well to reason, you will know that these people are pure liars. They are pure liars. They claim they taught our fathers everything. Were they the people that taught our ancestors how to make pots that they were using to cook? Were they the people that taught our fathers how to make the plates using to eat food? Were they the people to make cup they were using to drink water? Were they the people that taught our fathers, our ancestors, how to, have a pot to reserve water? Those days, there is native pot. They call it native pot. Every Africans know it. If you don't know, we have native pots that we normally put water. When it's raining, everybody, the children will be fetching the water, putting it inside that pot. In time to come, is native. Everything we do is spiritual. In time to come, by the time you are putting that water, the water will be, brownish. But as time goes on, that water will gradually turn to pure color of water. It will have pure color of water without taste. Then we don't, all those malaria, typhoid and whatsoever, we don't used to experience it. So that very pot, there is something so special about that pot. But our people, due to the teachings, malaria, James and James, those days we used to laugh, we say James and James, you are drinking bad water. They taught us all those lies to the extent that people have abandoned our ways. People have abandoned our ways. Now, are they trying to tell us that before they came, our fathers were living on trees? No. Our ancestors built house, they were staying. They were not living on trees. So for them to come and tell us that if not for them, our ancestors would have died, or if not for them, sickness everywhere. They are even telling us that they even brought toothpaste to us. We should be thankful to them. Without them, Africa will not know what is called toothpaste, soap, and the rest of it. Before they came, our ancestors not washing their clothes? Before they came, were our ancestors having rotten teeth? We have trees that you can pluck the one out of the branch and use it to brush your teeth. This worm in your teeth, this and this, we have to remove the teeth. We don't used to experience it those days. So you must know, we Africans, we are the best. We must, start to appreciate our own. We must start to appreciate our own. So please, permit me, I don't know if I'm taking long, permit me, let me say something about Edo State, please. So if you talking about Edo State, when you talk something about Edo State, some people will like, is Edo State part of Biafra? Is Edo State part of Biafra? What happened?
We can hear you. We can hear you.
Okay. Thank you. I thought I was off.
No, we can hear
When
you.
okay. When we talk about Biafra land, I want us to yes, I want us to remember about the word of our leader Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu when he made a statement in regard of Edo State. I want us to remember, we all know that our leader is a prophet, and whatever he says come to pass. Everything Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have said have come to pass. He said, IPOB will betray me, but I will never betray IPOB. What happened? Didn't IPOB betray him? These people who claim they know everything, Onyendu, you are our eyes, you are our everything. We are there. If you want to ask who betrayed him, because they say they are Nnamdi Kanu and Nnamdi Kanu is them. I don't even want to mention anything here. They say they are Nnamdi Kanu and Nnamdi Kanu is them. How come the people that receive him there are they spirits? The people that were supposed to receive our leader in Kenya, are they spirits? The people who escorted our leader to get a plane to Kenya, are they spirits? Who are these people? Why is it that their identity is not known to us? Who do we hold responsible? Now they told us that Nnamdi Kanu is them and they are Nnamdi Kanu. They are the one we should be holding responsible. They know they did all the wrong they did and they come in turn to blame an innocent people. When you are doing the right thing, they will look for any means. They say if you want to kill a dog, you give the dog bad name. You see, some people who claim they are fighting for Biafra against Nigeria, they are the one, writing petition alongside Nigeria to rendition Simon Ekpa back to Nigeria. The people who know, everybody have preached that Nigeria doesn't have a law. They don't have a court. that gives justice to the common man. They are the same people now agitating that they should bring Simon Ekpa to Nigeria to come and face the what he have done, to come and answer query in court. Which court are they talking about? So my beloveds, I want us to remember what our leader said about Edo State. He said that Edo is the key that we will use to open Biafra land. This what I'm saying now may offend some people, but you people should not be offended. I'm saying according to what our leader said. He said there was a mistake made from the the past effort Ojukwu put in place that made us not achieve our freedom. That because Edo was not part of it. I don't really know how he said it, but I still remember. So now, anybody who is, agitating for Biafra, and maybe because of one useless person will come out and say Edo is not Biafra, just like Kate Henshaw and co are talking rubbish. At times I will ask some people, are people not in Anambra saying that Anambra is not Biafra? Did Willie Obiano not say that Anambra is not a Biafra? Did, what is it called? Rochas Okrausa, didn't he say that Imo is not Biafra? So why is it different that when somebody from Benin say that Edo is not part of Biafra or Benin is not part of Biafra, some of us will be picking offense? Those people have one vote. That is why we are demanding for referendum. And when that time comes, everybody have just one vote. Edo State, Benin City, Edo is Igodomigodo, the key that opened the key. But for me, when I say it, I say the key that opened the padlock. The key that opened that padlock to Biafra, for we to enter into Biafra land, is Edo State. Let us, as we are fighting to liberate everybody, let us remember that Edo is part and parcel of Biafra land. Edo State is part and parcel of Biafra land. I want to use this opportunity to beg all my Edo people. You people should not misunderstand me when I use the word beg. I know what I'm saying. Wherever you are as an Edo, you must wake up. You must wake up, because I don't see any difference apart from this maybe statement. If you bring a Benin man here, and you bring somebody from Anambra, and you bring somebody from Urobo, you bring somebody from Cross River, 4 of them, if you don't know them before, without them speaking, you may not know who is who, because they are all one people. They look alike. There is no difference. There is no difference whatsoever. So I wonder why some people will come and try to differentiate a Benin man from a Biafran. Some people, whatever they mean, I don't know. And one thing I want to also say about any Benin or anybody from Edo State that we say that is not a Biafran, this thing that happened in Lagos, if you are a Benin man, and just be truthful and sincere to yourself, as they were chasing Igbos up and down here and there, can you as a Benin man see the Yorubas coming and you will stand? That nothing will happen to you, they will not touch you because you are from Edo State? No. That same cutlass they used to remove the head of an Igbo man, they will still use it to remove your head too, because they see you too as Igbo. They call the Igbos Omokobo Kobo. That is what they also call you. Omo bend their knee, omo kobo kobo. So that is it. We all must know. Face the fact. Forget about the wrong teachings. We all are Biafrans. If you go to the ancient map of Africa, ancient map of the world, 17th, 18th, 19th century of the world map, you will see the Biafra there. Then you will see the area comprises Biafra. Even the areas we are saying is Biafra, Biafra is, more larger than the area space we are talking about. Why? Because these Westerners, they came and they stole our land, just for them to make the Northerners have more numbers when it comes to political whatsoever. That was why they did all those things. So everybody, if you know you are from Edo State, Cross River, Akwa Ibom, lower part of Benue, lower part of Kogi State, we are all one people. We are all one people. So I thank you all for giving me this time. May Ezechukwu Okikabiama continue to bless each and every one of us. May Ezechukwu Okikabiama continue to protect Mazi Simon Ekpa, everybody fighting genuinely for our freedom to come. I thank you all. I thank
He
you all.
said,
May you all
he
remain blessed.
said, he
Thank
said,
you, our
thank
brother.
you.
Our beloved brother Nino, we thank you very much. We must say we love you from the depth of our heart. But let me ask you one question.
Go
Do
ahead,
your
sir.
mothers tie two pieces of wrapper in a dough
Yes, of
where you
course.
come from?
Yes, of course. In Edo, if not that, if you come to Edo State, let me just say it again. If you come to Edo State, in Igbo land, you have 4 market days. If you come to Edo State, it's same thing. The same, like what I said, look at the traditional marriage. When you see how the Igbos dress their guests, that is same way the Benis dress their guests when they want to get married, traditional marriage. I'm not talking about white or whatsoever. We
Thank
are
you.
one people.
Thank you. Yes,
Thank you very much.
I have to make this clear again. Wherever two piece of wrapper starts and wherever two piece of wrapper stops is Biafra land. You have the same value system, you have the same culture, you have the same everything. You look alike. You are one people. Wherever two piece of wrapper starts to where two piece of wrapper stops, you are one people. From the same descent, you are a Biafran. We must continue. Thank you, our handsome brother Nino. We proceed from
Thank you
there.
very much.
The
Thank you
first,
very much.
thank you. Elohim bless you. Yes,
Thank
go
you,
ahead.
thank
The
you,
first.
thank you. It's one man, one vote. One man, one vote. And what he said about the area that we call Biafra today, yeah, we know, of course, we know some of our people were carved into Cameroon. So it's they did all that. And but that's why we have to make sure that we say enough is enough. You cannot come from another country and come and dictate to us how we should live, how we should behave, how give us your fake history, because the history that we know as of today, the one that is being taught in school, it's all fake, made up histories where they call themselves, they call you, we're your colonizers. Like they give it a good name so that we can think, and then it sounds good because you're like, and we will stop, we will call it what it is, terrorist. They came, they conquered our people, terrorized them with fear, they killed a lot of them. They are there is no difference from what they are doing and what Boko Haram is doing, what Fulani herdsmen are doing.
They raped our women.
There is nothing different. I see you, Elder God, but we're gonna go Mighty Dot. Mighty Dot he hasn't spoken yet. Mighty Dot. And then Mr. Sense, I'm trying to get you in and it is not getting you in. I would say go you were on, but I don't know why he kicked you out and wouldn't give you mic again. I would say go out and come back in and we'll try it again. Mighty Dot. Mr. Sense. Mighty Dot, you have the floor.
Yeah, greetings, comrades, gods and goddesses. Um, I'm going to come from a different angle. What makes us humans? Using the word human, I like to call myself a god after I have found out what I have found out today. Because when we use the word, sometimes we do things, they say that's why we are humans. To me, I find it as a limitation. Just everything is all about psychology, the brain, the pineal gland. That's the key. Everything is within us. The solution to our problems is within us. That is why when you are psychologically defeated, the physical defeat is nothing. You talk about Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, you talk about Chimamanda, all these people are house niggers. They have been colonized mentally. Don't allow the degrees and all the the degrees that they have bagged. Don't allow all those things, the positions, to deceive you. These people are not free mentally. They are even worse than us. They might be doing good things all over the world, have great names, honors, but they are more mentally enslaved than us. So everything starts with our brain. When you want to, even when you feel aroused as a man, it comes from your brain by thinking it. When we begin to reason and your body respond to what you're thinking, what your brain is telling you. When we begin to believe that we are gods, you can heal yourself from any sickness and diseases. When you begin to think differently, that is why we are here, because we are beginning to think differently. There are many distinct hurdles to conquer mentally. Why do we have betrayers among us? It has to do with spiritual. From the spiritual come the physical. Some of these people were born from the bad bloodlines. I have been looking at this struggle, this Biafran struggle, and the kind of things I see, the kind of betrayal upon betrayal, from during Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, after he was betrayed, even with autopilot, you see some people falling, betrayal. Some people you will not even believe that they will betray the struggle. Is because the restoration of Biafra is like the so-called heaven that they're talking about that will come, or going to heaven. A lot is going to happen and a lot is happening. For me, I try to look at things from the spiritual perspective because it's the spiritual that controls the physical. We are going to get Biafra this year, whether they like it or not. We are much more than who we think we are. That is why I was making mention about our brain. We are much more than who they say we are. That is why this balkanization is going on. They try to balkanize us from every angle, left, right, and center, because they are scared of us finding us who we are. They are scared of our unity as a people. We need to liberate ourselves mentally by understanding who we are and believing in who we are. All this arsenal that they've been throwing at us with religion, all this is just to conquer us mentally, to shift us away from who we are. And they have done a good job doing that. Everything is within us. The land of Biafra is the gateway. I am yearning to step my foot barefoot on the land of Biafra. That is my greatest wish. With what I know now, I am dying to step my foot there, to feel the sand of Biafra. That is why we have to fight. That is why we have to fight. I am ready to come back anytime I'm needed. That is how bad I need this. That is how bad I need this Biafra. We have to do everything possible. It's not about the quantity, but the quality. Only the few. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has sacrificed himself. Go through this torture and this pain because he understands. He knows that something has to be done for this curse to be lifted, because you know what? There is a curse. There is a curse upon us. We are doing great things. They kill us, they starve us, we rise up again, we sprouted again, we germinate again. Why? Because that blessings of Okike, that bond of the infinite being with us, with our people, is still there. But we have to pay from one generation to another. We've been paying for a price of a mistake that was done. And now, mercy has been granted unto us. That is why we are going to get Biafra this year. But there are still some few things that needs to be done. We need to apologize to those people that we call Dosu people. We need to apologize to them. Something has to be done in a special way. The people, our brothers and sisters we took to the Britain, to the America, they were taken into slavery. We need to bring few of them and ask them for apology. In the land of Biafra, I know that some people may have done some things like that, but they did it. It all depends on the mindset.
Is he having problems?
I guess so. I guess so.
Okay, I have a little announcement. Please, everybody, one of our brother was sent to his Chami Kevin's. He's one of us. I guess he was accidentally sent to the block industry by the Dragon. Please, if you guys can retweet so that Dragon can get, the message, and please unblock him. I posted his Twitter handle on here, and he was just blocked by the Dragon, probably by mistake. Please, so he can get unblocked. I already retweeted it. If you guys can help him out with that, because we help each other. Mr. Sense, finally they got you win. I know Emeka wanted to say something. Mr. Sense, yeah, it's funny how they blocked he blocked Chabi. Let's see. Elder God, the man, go ahead 2 minutes so we can go to Mr. Sense and Emeka. You've already spoken. Go ahead, Elder God,
I
while we
wanted
wait
to
for
address
Mikey
the
also.
man from Edo State. I wanted to address him. Okay.
Yeah,
So is he still around?
yeah, he's listening.
Okay. What I want to say is that the land of Biafra started from Ondo State, where we have the Ijo, the Shekiri, down to the ocean. If he is very familiar with Edo State, like as he said, he come from Edo State, he should know that there are people that are called the Anyama people in Edo State. He can quote me wrong if I'm wrong. Where we have the Banke, the Ota, the Olije, the Abudu, Ogan, Ute, Olete, and some other place I cannot be able to remember. But I believe he is aware of what I'm talking about. So if we should have Anyama people in Edo State, what makes them think that they, the entire Edo people, are not Biafrans? I have been able to travel around Edo State. I saw their culture. Their culture is the same with that of the Biafrans. If you want to marry an Edo person, an indigenous Edo person, the first thing they request is palm wine, which is our own tradition. The same dressing, the way we dresses our Ada during tradition, during our native law and custom. Let's call it what it is. Enough of this nonsense thing called traditional marriage. It's called native law and custom. Our native law and custom. The way we dress our daughters is the same way they dress their daughters. We are known for beads and all the designers designers in the world, and this is the same way they dress their daughter. If you want to marry a Biafran woman, the second thing is kola nut. In their own side is kola nut. There is no difference. So each and every one of us are all the same Biafran. Forget the narrative that the West try to sell that you are Edo, you are Delta, or whatsoever. So this is what I want to say. But before I drop the mic, I have a question for Goodman. Since we now know the problem, what is the solution to this, which is awakening our humanity? Thank you.
Thank you, Elder God. Goodman can answer that if he's available. If not, I can give you my 2 cents. Um, well, first of all, the solution is always why we're here. It's Biafra, because it's only in Biafra that we can start. I mean, I know a lot of people say we cannot blame the British, we cannot blame or the colonials or do all this, but they still have their knees on our neck, literally as we speak. They still have their knees on our neck. So they are the big elephant in the room. Mazen Namde Kanu was kidnapped from Kenya, a British citizen, and you're telling me that the British intelligence didn't know that their citizen was kidnapped in Kenya? That doesn't happen that's not possible. And after let's say they didn't know, once when they knew about it, what exactly have they done? The UN have said release Mazen Namde Kanu. Mazen Namde Kanu, the court in Nigeria say release Mazen Namde Kanu. The British government have done nothing. They've kept silence while their own citizen is languishing in DSS dungeon. They can't take him to court. When was the last time Mazen Namdekanu came to court? So for those saying that we can't, but we have to call a spade a spade. No matter how repetitive it sounds, they are the problem. They are the big elephant. The reason why Biafra genocide happened, was it not because of them and their interest? It is because of their interest in Biafra land. So they still have their knees on our neck. And the reason why we call, because the Fulanese are their foot soldiers. Fulanese are their foot soldiers. The real mastermind behind everything is Britain. You all saw what happened during the last election. Where Catherine Lang was running around like she was literally campaigning for election in Nigeria, a country that she's an ambassador to. She left the ambassadorship that she was supposed to be doing and campaigning for election. So they still have their knees on our neck. And we cannot keep silence and say don't blame everything to them. We have to blame them. But the solution, my brother, is to get our freedom. Then we have to reshape it, start over. I mean, we have to start from scratch. Everything have to start from scratch, to shaping the way we think, reshaping everything. That's why we're preaching this gospel of freedom, because without Biafra, nothing can be done. Without Biafra, we cannot, because apparently the Nigerians, they feel comfortable with it. We don't feel comfortable with it. That's why we're fighting. So once we get our freedom, then we can at least start making our own laws. Our laws will go will center around our core values, the values that we hold dear and we cherish. And then that's going to shape in our educational system, where the next generation will learn and understand the true history, everything like it's supposed to be. So, my brother, the solution is Biafra, like I always say. It's freedom. If we don't get our freedom, forget about it. Nothing. You cannot build a mountain a house on a faulty foundation. It will always crumble, just like Nigeria is crumbling today. Let's go give it to Mighty Dot. Go ahead and round up, and then Mr. Sense can go on, and then Omega. Go ahead and round up.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't even know that I was.
Yeah, the first. The
Can you
first.
hear
Yeah,
me?
yeah. You
One
back? Hold on, Mighty
question
Dot.
Huh?
our brother Vincent asked a question.
Yeah.
He said, what was his question? Has it gone down?
No. It's Elder Godman. He asked, we've known all this. He asked, and I quote, he said, we know all these things. We come to learn that we've been lied to. Everything that we've been studying and all the documents that we read and the letters and all that. What is the solution?
Yeah, the solution is what we are doing right now The solution is getting our more of us to stand on our feet, because like you are standing now, the solution, it is the part of the solution. And then everybody, if we get the numbers, if we get the numbers, and then that makes it faster for us to attain what we are all gathering here for. The essence of all this is information. Knowledge is power. You can't put a man that has the same equal knowledge with you down. He can be under you. You can operate as equals. You can grow while he grows as well. So what we are doing in essence is to gain knowledge. And then when we get this knowledge, we pass it down to others. We are preparing ourselves for a sane and progressive society. And that is why you cannot undermine this work that we are doing right now, you and I, all of us on this platform. You cannot undermine, you cannot downplay the benefit of what we are doing. So the benefit is that when we go into Biafra, we are going to have a sane society. When you say civilized, you are even going to be better than the Europe you go to. Because when I'm wealthy, you understand that when you are wealthy, you alone is wealthy, then you are not wealthy. Until the people around you are well. In fact, wealth is not individual, wealth is collective. So it takes a happy man to give you happiness. So you can't, this knowledge is just all we need. We need to understand what wealth really means. We need to understand what a sane society looks like. That is why we are doing this. So whatever we are doing here, the benefit is already with us. So we must continue. I don't know if I answered your question, Elder Godman.
Yeah, I believe. Go ahead.
Yes, let him say, let him speak. Elder Godman.
You answered my question, but there is something I expect you to say. You have not been able to hit the name.
Please,
The
please.
solution to this thing we all are facing is to decolonize our mindset, starting from saying no to religion. Then we can think outside the box. This is the only way we can be free and achieve
Thank you.
everything. Thank you.
Thank you,
Can I
Elder
go now?
Godman. Thank you. Yes. And my brother, Elder Godman, don't you misunderstand the fact. Don't you overlook the fact that this thing is something that has been with us for centuries. And it's not something that you can just take away by putting your leg on the brake pedal. It is a gradual process, and we are getting there. We are going to decolonize everything that was sold to us in deceit. We take the ones that are good in them and we trash whatever nonsense that puts us down. Thank you very much. Thank you. I like that your
Thank
question
you.
because it helps others too to really know where we are going. Thank you. The
Thank
first go
So
you.
ahead.
yeah,
Thank you.
so
Thank you. And just like I said, it's only Biafra. Biafra is the solution. Freedom is the solution. So the numbers I announced today, I don't know how many people were here when I said it, that the terrorists now are going to IDPs and killing people. Apparently the numbers are coming in. We know that whenever Nigeria gives you, they say 38, let's see, just in 38 killed, 51 injured, as killer herdsmen open fire on women, children in Benue IDP camp. So they chased them out of their homes, chased them to IDPs, and and now they go into the IDPs to kill them even more. And remember, when Nigeria government tells you 38, you take that with a grain of salt. So that 38 could easily be around 200 people were killed because they always downplayed the killings. And these are for people that are not familiar with the what we are what the evil that is called Nigeria that we found ourselves in. For those that will tell you, be peaceful, peace, we want peace. Go ahead and unite and do all that. Tell me in a country where people who are not indigenous to the country will come in through the border and ransack village. After chase these people, they've killed them so many times that they decided to live in IDPs, internally displaced people. And today they're now going to the IDPs and killing them even more. This is happening. And that's a country that you want me to be part of. Over our dead body, we will either die in the process of fighting the Sioux government or we get our freedom. Go ahead, Mr. Sense.
I was supposed to finish up. I don't know.
Yeah, sorry, Mr. Sense. Mighty Dots, go ahead and finish up before, yeah.
Yeah, so Elder Godman, the question you asked was a very interesting question. And the answer lies within us, like I was saying. The answer lies within us. We need to begin to reason as gods. We need to begin to reason, reactivate that DNA that has been in us. That DNA of thousands of years is right within us, inside us. We need to reactivate, think like gods, live like gods. For the fact that we are having this conversation today, this day, this time, that we have been able to shift away the sentiment, push the sentiment aside and begin to have this conversation today, you and I here. It means that we are heading in the right direction. And that liberation is very, very close. Trust me, that liberation, I can feel it. I can sense it. It's very close. I know that something big is happening. I've been saying it. My spirit has been troubled for years now. When the COVID came, I thought it was it, but still not. Something big is coming, and we better be ready. And the restoration of Biafra will be our safety. We have to get Biafra this year. That liberation starts with the brain, and we are liberating ourselves already for the fact that we are here. And so those who are chosen, because it's not everybody that owns this that's going to be part of this task. For those who have been chosen, they are waking up. This is just the beginning. More things are going to happen. People are going to be waking up, and they're going to tune in to this liberation. And when that mental liberation is completed, then the physical liberation will come, because we are asking the right question. And when it comes, all these our brothers who have been their brain has been fried, we will start restoring them. We have a lot. The coming of Biafra, the restoration of Biafra is just the beginning of the task. There's a great task ahead of us, because like I said, that record will be set right. There will be order. Law and order will be restored to its fullness. And we are here to do that job. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has given us the revelation that those who were born for this, that they will come. And they are coming. And we are getting there. We need to put all our hands and support Mazi Simon Ekpa, who has been chosen to continue to be a help to our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. This fight is a fight to finish. By the time we are done, Fulani will wish that they have never messed with us. We move. Thank you.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you. By the time we're finished, they will understand that they mess with the wrong people. They will understand that. Thank you. Omega, unmute yourself. And then we'll go to Emeka. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you so much. One of our brothers, I don't think is it Eda Goodman, asked what's the solution, or what did he say what's the solution or what's next? Please, can
Yeah,
someone remind me?
He says
sorry,
solution.
first.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
my
I was supposed to just drop my points, and I may not have
okay.
the time to kind of stay long in the space and the attacks I'm getting. So I was just thinking, I was supposed to speak after this mighty guy.
Is that
So
Mr.
if I
Sense?
go, can you hear me?
Mr. Sense, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry, Omega. Go ahead, Mr. Sense.
Yeah, yeah. I just wanted to speak because I don't have a stable the Twitter stuff they keep attacking and all that. So I based on the topic, I will just touch on it a bit. For you to be human or regarded as human, in the sense that you are a few human, then I would say first you have to be free. Anybody that is not free, even animals, some animals have right to be free. Some countries have laws and policies that guide animals, and so it's just the least you can get as a human is freedom. And so for you to be um what makes you a human, or for you to regard yourself as human, is freedom. That's why almost every constitution in the world talks about a lot of all kinds of freedom of speech and what have you, is all embedded in almost every you know or see. And so that's one. And two, um for you to be regarded or seen as human, you you ought to administer justice. How do I mean? The system that we operate, for instance, in Nigeria, why is so useless is because there is no justice. And so the for you to say that people are living as humans, there has to be justice. And so even those who read the good books will tell you that God is the God of justice. And so justice shows, of course, that these are human beings living here. And so that is it. I think there's this third one. But maybe when I remember that, I'll be able to speak. But generally, I just discovered something. In all we have said, we all agree that there is need to leave this place, and the quicker we do that, the better. I'm a bit more happy today because if you follow the update of Simon, you will discover that there has been a lot of work going on. Not the criminals that talk about underground work and they've not done anything in 2 years. There's a lot of work. Just like the night. The night is always very dark, and when the morning comes, you will forget that the night has been dark. So I want us all to be strong and to know that the morning is about to come. There is a joy that is about to come. Those people that you feel that they have sold out, or that they cannot come back, or that they don't know the truth. I tell people something. Everybody in that place is living in fear. Most people already know the truth, but what can they do? We are going to bring light. This contraption is standing on one leg. You just a little push, and that push is coming as quicker as you can imagine. There's a reply Simon gave to somebody today. The person was talking about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu being in danger. He said Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who is in dungeon, DSS, is more free and more protected than Peter Obi. So, but because what they don't know is bigger than them. He told him Mazi Nnamdi Kanu cannot be touched, even as he's in that dungeon. But Peter Obi is at risk of being touched. So these are the things that people don't know. But a lot is about to happen. 29th May, their supposed inauguration. Before then, we have some weeks for some drama to unveil. And by then, we shall know what Elohim has been doing. And of course, I just want everybody to know that this year, Biafra will come. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sense. Thank you, Mr. Sense. Yeah, I said it the other day. It won't surprise me if if we wake up one morning and then we hear that they've invited Obi. That's gonna be funny, but it's not surprising. Go ahead, Omega, 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 unmute yourself.
Okay, thank
And
you so
then,
much. I just wanted to know how much time I've got.
well, speak, and then if you start going off the rail, then we'll stop you.
So I'm always conscious of my time, because of everybody's want to talk, and gotta allow people, especially the new ones, to talk. Um, uh, I'm going to hang around the topic, which is what makes us human. However, I want to take on Eda Godeman, because not take on him, but I want to respond to his question. I presume means what's next, that we know all this. I'm not talking to you, Eda Godeman, but in response to that question, let's not be assumptive that because we are conscious, because we are awake, most of us here, that everybody else is. You are conscious, I'm conscious, but if we were in that contraption, we're not going to go and vote, or we're not follow Obi, but a lot of people did that. So we are in the process. It's about renewing the mind. It's a process, because these things took decades, centuries to be imbibed in our spirit, mind, and soul. So it's not going to be instamatic just to wake up and say, okay, let's go. Who are you taking along with? Have you ever seen a long train with about 50 wagons behind it? Can you imagine that train going without releasing all the brakes of the other wagons? It's not going to be a smooth ride. There's going to be an accident. So you are part of it. You're actually part of the solution, and you are part of the what next, because what you're doing coming up here as a historian and keep on sharing knowledge, and every one of us and those listening to me, they are the most valuable participants here. Why? Some of them, I've monitored them because that's my part. I monitor them. They are fervent listeners, but the reason why they are the most valuable in the solution or what next is they will talk to other people, and other people will talk to other people. So, like for example, there are about 100 people on this page right now. Each of those listeners, each of us here, will talk to at least about 5 people. And that's 500. And those 500 will talk to at least about 5 people. So where I'm coming from is that we are making progress. Every step, every action is gearing towards that solution. So we're already on the next, not on the what. So meanwhile, we need to be patient. As Onyendu, our leader always says, carrying people along, which that's not part of my nature, but I learned from him how to carry people along and all that stuff. To me, if you're not coming along, I'm going to leave you and go. But we are in the solution. We are in the next. There's nothing else next. We are. What we're doing right now, right here, is part of that next. So I hope I'm able to, I don't know, I'm able to shed a bit of light on it. So it's not like, wait, let's go. Are we going to go on? No. We're dealing with in-house, out-house, up-house, round-house, left-house, right-house, enemies. And those enemies, especially the in-house, are our own blood. Because your brother, sorry, let me use myself so I don't offend anybody. Because my brother is maybe retarded or have a mental health issues, and somebody abuses him or kills him or something, I'm going to be furious. I'm going to actually be more furious then why? Because he's got challenges. You know, I just believe that the person has taken advantage of him. So we should not sympathize, because with Kamsi change the whole thing. Kamsi change the board. Kamsi is part of the solution. Kamsi is part of the what next? Because that Kamsi has kicked some people behind. You know, let me mind my language, because Chuku Kadibi has been frozen, but Maga is talking. Say no more. So let's use. So I'm going to yield my mic for now, just to respond to that, to allow people to talk, because I know we've been on the space long enough. But to surmise it, you know, we are all, you know, I used to be very impatient myself. I used to be, but I begin to see that every day we open this space, every time we're actually heading towards that that collective goal, and it will happen when? Sooner than we think. We'll sleep one day, or day that are there, we sleep one day in the zoo, and wake up and an announcement, and it's now the Republic of Independent State of or whatever we call it, of Biafra. So everyone who's listening, I'm not Elder God. I'm not really, you know, I'm not personal. I'm not taking it personal. I'm just we're just having a brainstorm here. So that's what comes to my mind. I'm talking to myself because I'm one of the most impatient people in the world, but I've learned to become patient because it took time for all this damage to be done. So it needs time to detox. It's like somebody who's been a drug addict. I'm not a drug addict, but I know about drug addicts. And you don't just, they go through what they call cold turkey. Cold turkey, for those who don't know, is that transition from being a drug addict and being sober. And that cold turkey is not fun. It's not something nice. And that's what's going on right now. So, but after that cold turkey, that's when the rehabilitation starts. Thank you, everyone, and thank you for giving me the opportunity. And Exodus, if you can, just take down that Chuku Kadibe, because they just shut my mouth. They shut me up, you know, they just shut me up. I'm there, but I cannot talk. But now I'm talking. Thank Chuku Kadibe. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Chukwu Kadibe. You know, as the saying goes, a journey of 1,000 miles begin with a step. These damages that they've done to us is not gonna get fixed today. It's a process. Even if after Biafra come, it's not gonna get fixed immediately. It's gonna take probably generations, because this has been the way a lot of us grew up, and but we have to start somewhere. We have to start somewhere, and that's how we're gonna heal. Otu nwa m anya, unmute yourself, and then Emeka will speak after you. I'm going to people that haven't spoken yet. Otu nwa m anya, if you can hear me, unmute
Yes, I
yourself.
can hear you. I can hear you. Good evening, everybody. Thank you. The topic today, I will slightly change it to what makes us different is the way we reason, our different ways of reasoning makes us all different. But in actual sense, we're meant to be the same. When I saw the letter of Chimamanda addressed to the president of the USA, it weakens me because what I saw there is hopeless and hopelessness of our people. And Chimamanda has just fallen in a lot of people's hands. She's someone we have regard for, but every time she falls our hands.
You mute everybody, please. Mute everybody, please.
Okay, sorry. No, but we are. She's ours, and in that sense, she is ours. She's doing well. But every time it comes to things of Biafra, she's not there. So as I was saying, I saw hopelessness, like our leader would say. She's not doing the right thing. So most of them, but I saw that what the yardstick to measure education is maybe by speaking English, but to someone like me, that is nonsense. We know who is intelligent by the way you reason, the way you defend your own thing. But these people, they are not doing anything to defend us. They are not doing anything, to carry us or to add us along in anything they are doing.